Hello Eurovision friends, thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. Today I want to do another news update video. It is now only 7 weeks until the grand final of Eurovision 2024, and there are lots of things to talk about from all around Europe. We're going to look at the odds, how they have changed, how the songs of this year are doing on the charts. Then there are also rumors about how the postcards are going to look. But first of all, I want to talk about the rumor that has the fandom talking at the moment, and that is that there will be some changes to the semi-finals. Now, last year they started having the semi-finals 100% televote, so there's no jury influence in the semis. And this year that seemed to be the case as well. They announced some major changes last week about the Big Five performing in the semis and the voting lines opening before the first song in the final. And they never mentioned anything about this rumor. And I have to stress that this is still a rumor. People are saying that maybe one of the songs in the semifinals will be able to be saved by the jury. So if there's a discrepancy between the top 10 of the televote and the top 10 of the jury can save one song. We had this in 2008 when Carlotte Perelli went to the final with Heroes, even though in the televote I think she was 14th, and then in the final she came 18th. And in 2009 they also did this with Waldo's People, managing to go to the final even though they weren't in the televote top 10 in their semi, and of course they ended up being last. And then Iro Kukrov for Croatia also made it to the final and came 18th. So I have always said that I don't really like the fact that the semis are only televote. They're supposed to prevent corruption and point exchanges with the juries in the semifinals, but I just think it's not very fair to those countries that send songs like Portugal or Latvia that are a bit slower and more jury-friendly, or also to countries like Portugal and Latvia as well that don't have as much diaspora or neighborhood support. And so I think this is a good compromise if they actually do this, to have one country that is saved by the juries. And I think this year that could actually be Latvia or Portugal. And so I like both of these songs, and I wouldn't be mad about them making it to the final. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this, whether you think it should be 50-50 or whether this is a good compromise for now. Then Dons has talked about in the Eurovision podcast Building Bridges, which I can really recommend, so check that out, about the postcards this year. He said that they were asked to send in 20 minutes of material, which they did. And he also revealed, I don't know if he was supposed to do that, that the postcards would be in a social media style, whatever that means. Maybe a bit of a TikTok swooshing thing, I don't know. But very excited, and it sounds interesting. It sounds like something new that we haven't seen before, so I'm quite happy about these news. Then, staying with Dons, he has received 5,000 euros from the Latvian Association of Performers and Producers that he can spend on the promotion of his entry before Eurovision. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, and it probably isn't compared to other countries' budgets. Slimane was on Italian television. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but that probably cost already a part of these 5,000 euros. So sometimes I think we need some kind of a redistribution system where each country gets a certain amount of money allotted to them to use for promotion, just to keep the competition a bit more fair. But at least he got something, and I hope it helps him to qualify to the final. Then we have some rumors, again, this is rumors, not confirmed, that Eleni Foureira and also Helena Paparizou will be performing in the final. Last week I talked about the rumors about Sertab Erener being in the final, and now it feels like this might all be true, and that they are planning some kind of a Malmö songbook, or maybe an ABBA songbook like they did in Liverpool, having previous participants sing songs from Liverpool. Maybe this year they want to do something with ABBA, because obviously it's the 50th anniversary of ABBA winning Eurovision in 1974. And so it would be really cool if they have lots of winners from the past 20 years perform ABBA songs together, or one after the other. I think this is a cool idea, and if that is the case, I think 4 hours final runtime are stomachable, even for non-fans. Then I wanted to make a quick announcement about a series on this channel, which is Eurovision 2024 Knockout, which is a reimagining of the Eurovision Song Contest as a World Cup style knockout. So they are entries competing in the heats at the moment. You can still vote for that, so I want to remind you of that. And the revelation video will come out next week. I'm really excited to do that because I get to play Eurovision host. So if you haven't yet, please do vote in a Eurovision Knockout and do subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one and also for the Eurovision Knockout series. Then the EBU has announced that fans from over 80 countries have bought tickets to go to Eurovision, which shows you how popular the competition really is. And these are the top 10. Sweden, our host country, of course, is in first place. The UK and Germany, as well as Spain and Poland, are in the top 10 as well, which makes sense because there are a lot of people in these countries. Denmark is very close to Malmö. But what is really cool is that the US is number 5 and Australia is number 7. So they have the longest way, even though the fan with the longest way, the EBU has said, is from New Zealand, which of course some people have said might want to compete as well as Australia is at the moment, but we shall see whether that will happen. Then I have a clip of the week for you, which is Slimane on Italian television. He performed his song Mon Amour again. He again did the thing where he was like 2 meters away from the microphone. The vocal performance wasn't 100% as perfect, but the clip of the week, which I wanted to show you, is this one, which is my number 3, personal number 3, reacting to my personal number 1. So Slimane seems to really like Angelina Mango's song. I'm not playing the audio because I think there's a copyright. And then I wanted to have a quick look at the odds. Not that much has happened, but some things are quite interesting. Croatia is now a 21% winning chance and is going up and up and up. People are more and more convinced that this will be our winner. Italy has been closing in on Ukraine as well with 11% winning chance, both of them. And it seems like Angelina Mango might be overtaking Ukraine at some point. And then down 9th and 10th place have switched. So France is now ahead of Sweden. I have always said that France should be much higher up. I think they are one of the contenders this year. And maybe the performance in Italy has convinced people that he will do better than Sweden. And also Sweden has drawn first in the final, which is not the best running order spot to win Eurovision from, I would say. And then I have some charts updates for you. Marina Satti has really created a big hit in Greece. It is a number 1 hit on the Greek singles chart, and it has also been certified gold for 10,000 units sold, or equivalent units at least. Then Europapa has reached 20 million streams, which is a big success for Joost Klein. Last week he received 5.5 million streams for Europapa and was thus the most streamed Eurovision song on Spotify. And La Noia is close behind with 3.7 million streams. Not that close maybe, but is in second place. So really good results for these two songs. We have to remember that most of the streams are from the Netherlands and from Italy respectively, but still it's an indication that these songs are really popular, at least in their own countries, which is always a plus as well. And then Tattoo has made it to the 3rd most streamed Eurovision song of all time, only behind Arcade and Snap, and Loreen managed to overtake Satti e Buoni by Måneskin. So a great success for her as well. Congratulations. Then I have a web tip as always. This week I have the piece around. Rachel is a great YouTuber who talks about the musical aspect of the song really, really well. She has managed to change my opinion about a few of the entries, and she's really knowledgeable and just also really nice in doing it. And so check her out. She's on YouTube. The Piece Around is the name of her channel. And then the EBU has announced that there will be an ABBA documentary which will be ready for broadcast maybe before the grand final of Eurovision. 12 broadcasters from the EBU collaborated on this, and obviously it is to celebrate the 50th anniversary of ABBA winning in 1974. So something else to look forward to during Eurovision week. And then there is a Germany update. Eurovision.de has announced that there will be no song checks. I don't know if you've seen this. If you speak German, you might have. There were always these clips where different people reacted to the songs, told us their opinion, and then they had a studio where they talked about the songs as well. This will not happen this year. I don't know whether they spend all the money on Ich will zum ESC, this casting show with Conchita Wurst, or it might also be an indication that NDR, the channel that has been broadcasting and organizing Eurovision, might be giving it up and giving it to another channel, and that's why they are not doing them this year, which is a pity because they were always very entertaining. These are all the news I have for you this week. Please come back soon. There will be another news update video. I will do a prediction on who will win Eurovision. Eurovision knockout, lots of stuff to look forward to, so do come back to the channel. And then I might see you for my next video. See you then, and bye-bye.